That's where AP correspondent Philip Crowther joins the program. Philip, do we know anything else about why the U.S. shot down this Iranian drone?
Well, the details we have come directly from the U.S. president, who made that announcement just a short while ago in the East Room of the White House. He says that it was the USS Boxer, a U.S. Navy warship that was in the Strait of Hormuz, that saw that drone coming closer to it. Hostile action, according to the president, is what that Navy warship and its crew saw. The president also adding that that Iran ignored calls to stand down. Now, what that means, of course, is getting that drone further away from a U.S. Navy ship in the Strait of Hormuz. The president says that what he employed and what the U.S. military employed was defensive action by shooting down that drone and, as you said, destroying it. Now, this, of course, is almost a mirror image, if you will, of Iran shooting down a U.S. drone. That was around a month ago. That was a drone that, according to the Iranians, was flying over Iranian airspace, which also almost led to military action on behalf of the United States. This time around, there was a type of military action. Just one drone shot down, but still an aggressive move by the United States. But again, according to the president, this was a defensive action, says the Trump administration.
And this is not the only action coming. Just today, the U.S. has also demanded that Iran release this foreign oil tanker that it seized. Also the U.S. adding additional sanctions on Iranian individuals and entities today. Is this kind of a test of wills right now between Iran and the U.S.?
Well, it looks like it. And interestingly enough, it's only over the last few days that there had been talks, mentions by the Trump administration and by the Iranian regime, and particularly by the Foreign Minister Jawad Zarif of Iran, that there might be a possibility of some kind of talks or negotiations between the two sides. That seems a little bit further off now, of course, because of that oil tanker having been seized by the Iranian Revolutionary Guard forces, an Emirati oil tanker, according to the United States. The U.S. seems pretty certain of that this was an oil tanker, is an oil tanker that belongs to the United Arab Emirates. This was another act of maritime aggression, says the Trump administration, adding, of course, to the definition that the president came up with of the drone getting too close to the Navy warship, that being a hostile action as well, according to the administration. Now, there is no communication right now between the United States and Iran. We knew that already. There is no diplomatic relationship between the two countries. But despite those, what might have been seen as overtures over the last few days, there is no direct communication between these two countries. They have to go through third parties or through public statements, which is precisely what we heard today from the likes of the special representative to Iran, who I spoke to earlier at the State Department, and then U.S. President Donald Trump giving that announcement just a short while ago at the White House.
AP correspondent Philip Crowther in Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for bringing